Alright, guys, so here's the thing. I feel like there's just not enough movie news, and I'm trying to upload content more frequently. So we're doing more gaming stuff. We're dipping our little toesies into, like, political gaming drama. So, I don't know. We're just going to react to this video. Apparently, there's something going on with Avowed, which is an upcoming Xbox game. I saw, like, I don't remember if it was a tweet or something from like the game's art director where he said something about wanting to be replaced by black people or something in the industry, and it was like it was a wacky tweet that I saw. So I assume that this is going to be what this is about. So let's just watch this video and see. I don't know. I might have been misrepresenting him, so we'll see.
Warning. Never assemble all the infinity stones or... Oh, the video started. Sorry, I was just reading the instructions for that, but I'll get back to it later. So today we will be...
Cringe, but we'll accept it. We'll accept a little cringe. Hey, everybody has to be a little cringe every now and then, you know, when you're making YouTube content.
discussing a game called Avowed. This keeps popping up in my YouTube feed, and I'm not sure why. I really just want cool, positive, interesting stuff in my YouTube feed, but I guess we'll be looking at this today. So the reason why we are taking a look at...
I mean, I feel like this is probably a lie. I don't know, like I like he probably saw controversy and he's going to talk about it. I don't know that. But like, isn't he like a content creator that talks about these kinds of things as well? Like, why is he acting like why is he acting like this has been like forced upon him? Yeah, like we're getting like woke, like political stuff, Elon Musk video, like Assassin's Creed Shadows and Star Wars Outlaws, like a Ubisoft video. Like this is the type of content that he makes. I don't know why he's like that like Jaguar ad thing. This is the type of content that you make. I don't know what you're talking about. Wait, what do you mean?
Avowed is because of some problems with their art director, who has been basically sabotaging the game on the internet, which is very unfortunate. I think the game looks fine. I actually was interested in looking at the game until I saw what this lead art director was saying about people. And
I also firmly believe that we need to crush these people's spirits into planet Earth and not be nice to the amoral supporters of an aspirational gore-soaked... What the fuck? What is happening? They need to feel the sting of shame for the rest of their putrid lives, to be honest, and that is me being nice. Are they talking about like Trump winning? I mean, here's the reality, right? Like, in my humble opinion, he tried to steal the 2020 election. He tried to put forward a false slate of electors, and he tried to pressure government officials into going through with it. Like, he is, in my opinion, he is a traitor. And so it's like, to a certain extent, I can like understand this mentality, because it's like, I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel some type of way about the fact that we voted that guy in. Like, we voted in a traitor to this country. And it's like, to some extent, it's like, yeah, like, it's probably not healthy that either, like, whatever you want to blame it on, right? Whether it be, like, the populace not being well-informed, or whether you want to blame it on, like, media for not doing a good job of informing the populace about like the specifics behind all of that. It's like there probably does need to be like some kind of course correction in this country, right? Because it's not like we're not talking about like a situation where it's like the right, wants taxes lower, but the left wants taxes higher. And we can have like a reasonable disagreement about that and like whatever. It's like, he's a traitor to the country. if if you voted for that, that's like yeah, you voted for a traitor. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's kind of fucked up in my opinion. But I don't know. And it's also like one of those things for me as well, where it's like I see this rhetoric here, right, where it's like they need to feel a sting of shame for the rest of their putrid lives, and that is me being nice, right? Like is that like kind of a harsh statement? It's like, yeah, but like Trump falsely accused Haitian immigrants of eating cats and dogs. And I know he falsely accused them, and he did it on purpose, because when he was confronted about that, I remember his response was, it's like, well, that's just what I heard from the people in that city. And it's like, oh, so you didn't have any actual evidence for that, but you just went with it anyways? Okay, cool. It's like at his rally that you had that one like comedian guy that that said that Puerto Rico was like a trash island or whatever, and he didn't like apologize for that. He didn't denounce that. And it's like this is also the other thing that bothers me as well, is that like that's the rhetoric that we voted in. That those are the standards of rhetoric, of civility, that we have in this country. So it's like, what? Why am I supposed to be like, Matt Hansen, random art director of some game, why are you being so divisive? Like, oh my gosh, how could you possibly say that? Oh, I'm not gonna play Avowed now. It's like, it's like, bro, especially when these are talking about like Trump supporters or whatever. It's like, this is the kind of rhetoric that you voted into office. Like, what are you talking? Like, why I'm supposed to be like offended by this? It's like, this is where we're at. I don't know. Like, what do you want me to say?
To people, and it's very concerning when you see people like that, because it means that their attitudes, their philosophies are in the game. They directly drive the philosophy and attitude of the game. So Matt Hansen is the art director of...
I mean, if he's the art director, then no, his philosophies aren't necessarily in the game. Like, what do you mean? I don't think, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the art director is like writing the scripts or like providing input into the story or whatever. I mean, am I wrong about that? I don't know that that's actually necessarily true at all.
Avowed. Avowed is developed by Obsidian Entertainment and published by Xbox Game Studios. The game looks fine to me. I don't wish any ill will toward the game or Matt Hansen. So I want to make sure that we approach this from just a neutral position here and just describe what's going on and why it's pretty clear that the game is not going to sell well, and it's basically because of one person, because of Matt Hansen. So Matt Hansen has been throwing tantrums on the internet via social media, and
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't think I would ever choose to not play a game because one person involved on the team said dumb things on social media. I just don't think I would ever do that. I don't know. Like, I feel like this is the same, like, weird, like, crybaby nonsense of, like, people that were, like, trying to boycott Hogwarts Legacy, where it's like, okay, yeah, J.K. Rowling has said some, like, not cool things about trans people or whatever. It's like, she's, like, one person involved with this game. Like, she didn't even develop it. She just owns the Harry Potter IP. Like for you, if you were some, right, like, obviously nobody has like the nobody has the responsibility to play any game, right? Like, obviously everybody has the freedom to play what they do or don't want to do. But like, if you were going to play Hogwarts Legacy, if you liked Harry Potter in the past, and because J.K. Rowling said something you didn't like, and then you decided not to play the game, like, you are hurting a bunch of other developers because of that. Because you would have been a person in the audience had you not made that decision because of J.K. Rowling. And like this is the same thing here. Like you can say like, oh, I wish no ill will on the game or whatever, but it's like if you were going to play Avowed and you're not going to buy it just because like one person said something that you disagree with, like you're hurting the game, right? Like you are doing that, just to be clear. And I just think it's all kind of cringe. I don't know, like getting this like deciding that you're not going to play a game that you were going to play beforehand because of one person on the team said something that you disagree with. I don't know. I personally just think that that's kind of silly.
Was going to write an industry speech. I was going to put on the suit until I investigated the situation further. So here's the suit. Sorry, but this topic is not deserving of the suit. And
what is even happening? Like what? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm watching this video. I'm watching this video because I saw that Asmongold reacted to it, so I was like, oh, it's probably gonna go viral. I might as well jump on the train too. That's literally what's happening here. I'm just being open and clear and honest about that. What like we're like what is this suit? Is that like a gimmick on his channel? Something where he puts on a suit? I don't even know.
And the reason being is I do not punch down on children or people who lack the mental capacity to defend themselves were I to address them.
He's saying that the Matt Hansen guy is retarded. Oh my gosh.
Directly. I do not direct professional critique towards people with mental health issues, and Matt Hansen fills all of that criteria. So I would feel really bad for directing. I do not know what pronouns Matt has selected for himself or whatever, but people who are unwell like him usually go by ma'am. So for the remainder of the video, I will be addressing Matt as ma'am, as I want to be respectful to Matt.
What is even happening right now?
And I don't want to get pronouns wrong in this situation. So for years, just a little bit of background.
Okay, listen, if you're going to make like a weird like SJW joke, I feel like your delivery has to be more confident than this. Because he's like this person is like an SJW, and I don't want to punch down on an SJW, so this person would have different pronouns because they're trans, and so I'm gonna call them ma'am because I don't want to be mean to the SJWs. It's like, dude, if you're gonna like troll like that, the delivery has to be more confident than this. He's being a little soy. He's being a little beta here. You got to be more confident. You know what I mean?
I've worked for years in disability services, in training and assessment. I work directly with people with disabilities, whether that be physical or mental disabilities. So I'm uncomfortable critiquing this ma'am directly, as it would be akin to critiquing one of my previous clients with mental health disabilities and mental disabilities. So the first point that we're going to make is this game has just lost a significant audience due to Matt Hansen. And it's a shame because it looks decent. There are talented, hardworking people that have worked on this game that will not receive the praise that they deserve. The game will not sell.
Yeah, but like that's a that's like it's like let's say that all of this is true. It's like, yeah, this is like a cultural problem, right? It's the same exact situation as the Hogwarts Legacy thing, where you have like one person involved in the game that said some things that are disagreeable. So now there's this like cancel culture bullshit that's gonna try to cancel the game now. And it's like he's acting like this is like a reasonable thing that's happening when it's really not. It's like one of the worst aspects about the internet right now.
Anywhere near as well. And there will be a negative stigma attached to this game instead of just overall celebration because of Matt Hansen. This ma'am's childish tantrums will only intensify as we get closer to launch and as the game launches. We have seen this time and time again. Ma'am openly states that
Dude, you gotta be more confident if you're gonna troll like this. This is like cringe.
this ma'am set out to create a game to upset people.
Let's see. So Grums says, I'm drawing a line. I'm rejecting any game that has pronouns in it. And you grammar Nazis know what I mean. Stop being stupid. And then Elon Musk says, having pronouns in a fantasy video game is utterly unacceptable. I think this is like one of the dumbest points that like the anti-SJW people make. Like, I feel like if there's like one place in fiction or video games where like being able to choose your pronouns is acceptable, should it not be in an RPG where the literal entire point of an RPG is to role play as somebody that you're not? Isn't that like the one place where everybody should be able to like hold hands and sing Kumbaya? Like, that's fine. We'll do the whole pronouns thing. We'll accept it here in an RPG. Isn't that like the whole point? I don't know. I feel like that should be the case, but apparently it's not. And then Matt Hansen, he said, sickos. I wanted so badly to make him mad with my game, and I cannot believe it actually happened. Just wait until you see the default, you sad... Oh, he misspelled. Unfortunately, Matt Hansen has lost this exchange because he had a mistype. Unfortunately. It's unfortunate to see. You said little shite. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like... I feel like of all of these people, like, the people that are getting mad at pronouns in an RPG are, like, the worst... Or they're the more retarded people here. Like I think it's probably like if I were to give like recommendations to artists, right, to game developers, I'd be like, listen, there's this whole culture war thing going on. Just make your game. Don't worry too much about it. Like, just make your game. It's fine. I wouldn't like make things in response to these people because that's probably not productive. So, but like at the end of the day, like the Grums guy who's like a literal like mentally ill retard that the guy I was talking about earlier, like Grums is actually like a mentally ill retarded person. Elon Musk just like, I mean, he's literally like just like an anti-woke person that'll just like jump like quote retweet people. He probably has like no idea what about anything that's going on with like Avowed or anything, right? Like in my opinion, these people are the sillier people here. But if I were to like say something to game developers, is that you probably shouldn't be making games out of spite. Like it's probably not going to make anything any better.
Games focused on gender superiority and identity politics. That is so difficult to say because of ma'am's pronouns. So Matt openly states that Matt set out to create a game to upset people who...
No, well, to be fair though, like if we're actually like looking at what he's saying here, if the people that are going to be upset are that you have the option to choose pronouns, I mean, it's also like it's not like he made a game where it was like hating on white people or something like that. It's like he just made a game where like a reasonable game mechanic is in it, and for stupid reasons people get upset at it. So it should also be that should also be pointed out that like if you're like offended by pronouns, like people putting pronouns in their games is still like a reasonable thing to do even if you're mad about it.
Don't want games focused on gender superiority and identity politics.
What do you mean gender superiority? What does that even mean? I don't like... Is Avowed... Has there been something that's come out about Avowed where they say that... Where the game says that one gender is superior to another? Is that a thing? I don't know. I mean, it might be. I don't know.
Ma'am has said nothing about setting out to create a beautiful, inspiring, or interesting, or exciting game, and Ma'am seems to only talk about setting out to upset people and get Elon Musk's attention. If you look at games that are just widely celebrated and just beloved, you generally see developers and artists and writers talk about how they want to create something great for someone. They talk about their passion. They talk about their inspirations. Really
I mean, is this the only thing that he's talked about? Is that like actually true? I mean, I don't know. Like, is this actually true that literally the only thing he talks about is culture war stuff? This Matt Hansen guy has not ever talked about his game in any other way. Something tells me that that's probably not true, but maybe. He may be like internet poisoned brain.
celebrated games that people genuinely love and enjoy. Those games, you do not see the developers going on these childish tantrums and political tirades about wanting to upset people. So I ask you as the gamer, do you want to play a game that was designed by someone who hates you and who...
Yeah, why not? If it's a good game, I actually don't know if I would care that much. I'm gonna be honest, like I don't know. Like, I'm currently playing Sifu, right? I'm trying to get all the like stamps in the Sifu Arenas mode. If like the developer of Sifu came out and was like, that useless nobody guy, or like not even if the director, if like a random art director, it was like, that useless nobody guy, he's a big poopy head. I hate him. He's like, he said that Dune 2 wasn't very good, and he's a big old poopy head. I hate that guy. I'd probably be like, yeah, that's fair enough. You can have your opinion, and then I'd probably keep on playing Sifu. I'm to be honest. If a game's good, I don't know that I don't know that I really care that much.
Wants to make you angry. I don't know about you, but I do not want people like that making my video games. Secondly, this man.
But it's also like, you have to like what are they doing to make the person angry? If it's just having like the option to change your pronouns or whatever, that's an unreasonable thing to get angry about, right? So it's like yeah, it's probably like yeah, like that's an unreasonable thing to get angry about. That doesn't mean that the person that's making the other guy angry, like that doesn't make them like that doesn't make it like that, like the way that he's framing it is like, oh, he's trying to make people angry. It's like it's not that big of a deal. if the extent of it is like is that they allow people to choose their pronouns. If that's the extent of how he's making people angry, then yeah, I don't care about that.
Is openly racist against what he calls white people. This is a topic that I feel
this is what I saw, right? Like this, I think what he's about to go into is going to be a little more damning.
Very strongly about one of the very few things.
Guys, I'm gonna have a brave take right now. Racism, it's bad. Somebody's got to say it. And I will be that person.
In the world that genuinely upsets me is racism. I never describe people by skin color, even when my friends do it. It really ticks me off. And I'm
Wait, what? What is that? What? I feel like that's one of those things where it's like, can we like get over that? Like, if we want to describe somebody, their skin color might be a good way to do it. Like, why not?
Make an effort to be quite level-headed and cool, but this is basically one of the only things in the world that really frustrates me. Because when you describe someone by their skin color, you basically put blinders on and you say nothing about that person matters except their skin color. The only thing that...
What is... How did we go... How did this guy turn into like the... How did this guy turn into like an SJW cringe person? Like, what? Like, all of a sudden. Are there... Okay, I mean, I feel like he's maybe overreacting a bit, but that's just me. I feel like it's okay to describe people by their skin color. It's fine. They are what they are. Like, what?
That matters is the color of their skin. None of their life decisions.
That's like an assumption that you're making. like unless somebody says that, or unless you can like reasonably deduce that. But if somebody just is like describing somebody and they mention their skin color, that's a perfectly reasonable thing to do.
None of their life struggles, none of their skills, their talents, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is their skin color. And that really infuriates me. And it is something that I will be fighting against more and more.
Wow.
Because our grandparents and our parents have fought.
He's going to be fighting against racism, guys. This is the big... Racism is about to take a big L because this guy's coming at it. How are we like 6 minutes into this video, and I feel like most of it has been like this guy just yapping about stuff not even related to the Avowed thing. Like, I was hoping to see all this like all these juicy tweets or like cringe things that the Avowed director has said, but it's like so far we only have one. And it's him saying that he put pronouns in the game and that he hopes that people get mad about it. Like, that's not that bad of a thing. Like, I don't really care. Oh, to be fair, I forgot. He also said the thing about Trump supporters. Okay, that is a more substantive thing, to be fair.
Fought too damn hard for decades so that we can have a good life, so that we can have easier lives, much better than what they had in the past. And people like Matt Hansen are destroying all of that hard work. I'm going to show a tweet here on the screen. So you'll see by Matt Hansen's message, by expressing this
I'm gonna
message,
be honest,
what
I forgot that you were able to see like the camera menu for what I was messing around with. That was awkward. But am I going to cut it out of the video? No, I am not.
he is actually saying,
Okay. Reminder to black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice. My DMs are open, and you will always have my priority. We got too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please let me help you replace me one day. I want to go back to living in the woods. See, this is what I saw. This is crazy. This is like insane, man. Like, this is like there is absolutely like I like everything that the guy was talking about earlier is like cringe. Like, I don't give a fuck about any of that. Like like he's being like way too like performatively dramatic about it, but there absolutely is like a weird thing of like self white hatred going on in a lot of like lefty spheres where it's like, what do you like, what is this? Like, what are you talking about? You want to be replaced? Like, I could maybe understand being like letting out a tweet being like, hey man, if you're like a black person, like, we want to see more of you guys in the industry, so please send in your portfolios. But like essentially like just stating, like, I mean, I feel like this like tweet or whatever is like essentially implying that he's going to be prioritizing black dudes over white people regardless of their like talent or like how they fit in the position or whatever. Like, this is like this is just like too much in my, like, way too much in my opinion. And then, okay, so I think what's being pointed out here is that Josh Sawyer retweeted this, and I think Josh Sawyer, is he is he like a CEO of Obsidian? Let me look into that actually. Okay, so it looks like he's not necessarily like a CEO of Obsidian, but he's just like a game designer and director. It looks like he was the director of Fallout New Vegas, and more recently Pentiment, which I've heard really good things about. I've kind of wanted to get around to playing actually. So I am Pillars of Eternity, I guess. So he's like a celebrated director, but I don't think he's like a CEO of Obsidian or anything. But yeah, I mean, either way, it's like this type of mentality is just it just is weird. It really is. It's like this weird like self-hating mentality because like white people feeling guilty. It's like, bro, like what? Like what are you doing? Stop! Cringe. It's cringe.
Is that if you are white, you do not deserve attention. You do not deserve to be an artist, and you do not deserve.
Well, to be clear, I don't think he's talking about like all white dudes. He's saying that there are too many crusty white dudes. So it's not that if you're white you can't be an artist or that you don't have a place in the industry. I'm pretty sure he's saying that like there needs to be more diversity, which is like a fine sentiment, but you shouldn't like that's like the diversity shouldn't come out of like arbitrarily choosing white people over or choosing black people over white people just because they're black. It should come from, you know, people from more diverse communities being encouraged to get into game development and to be getting into art design or whatever, and them sort of just like naturally getting into these positions, right? Like it should come from people in positions of power to hire these people not having biases that they may or may not have had at some point in time, you know? It's like this is just like this is just like and all those sentiments are fine, but this is just like way too far in my opinion.
To work in the games industry here. And this is
it's just like so annoying because it's like, yes, this is an example of a game developer being cringe as fuck. But then like this retard guy, the guy who's making this video, is like not even taking it as it is, and he's like adding on to it. And he's like, he's saying that no white people should work in the games industry. And it's like, that's not what he said. It's not what he said. It's like you have a slam dunk here. Like, I don't even understand. Like, you have enough of a slam dunk to make a video owning on this guy for being too woke. Like, you have it. It's here. It's in the bag. You can do it. And you're still being a retard. It's like, why? Why? Just be honest and upfront with what we're talking about here.
A mentality, a philosophy that we have to fight. I'm not one to rile people up or to try to get people to get up in arms. I want to...
I feel like that... I don't know. Like, I feel like looking at this guy's channel, I feel like that's not even true. I mean... Like, you make a certain type of content. That's fine. I don't like, you can do that if you want. I don't even really care. Like, that's fine. Like, you make a certain type of content and it leans in a certain perspective. It's like, cool. But like, stop with this cringe ass, like, and I'm not making this video to do anything in specific. Oh, I'm not making this video to rile people up. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. It's like, yeah, you are. Like, yes, you are. Like, stop with this cringe ass performance.
Inspire people to work towards something great. And what Matt Hansen is doing is he's trying to tear people down. He's trying to destroy people. And I will not stand for that.
Ooh, he will not stand for it.
By saying, I'm sorry, I said he. Wow. I'm very sorry. I will do 5 bars later on.
Like, no offense, but like, you can't say that you're not like, that you don't want to rile people up, that you want to spread positivity, and then start doing all of this like anti-trans like jokes and whatnot. Like if you want to be who you are, be who you are. If you want to be like an anti-woke person, like, be that. But you can't pretend to be like a nice guy and then just like repeatedly target like trans people or whatever with the whole pronouns thing. You can't be both, brother. You can't do both.
I'm sorry, I called Matt he. So by saying that Matt gives special priority to black people, Matt is saying that black people are not good enough artists to make it on their own merits and efforts. and that black people need assistance from a
I mean, that's kind of true to from a certain point of view. I think you could say that.
white savior in order to be successful. Matt is saying that he is the savior who will allow black people to be successful. That is what he is saying with this message. This is white savior syndrome. He wants to portray himself as a hero. He wants attention. To make it clear, what Matt is openly advocating for is hiring malpractices based on skin color over talent, skill, and workplace suitability. These are the hiring malpractices that led to games like Star Wars Outlaws, Concord, Dragon Age the Veilguard, and Assassin's Creed Shadow.
To be clear, Star Wars Outlaws, pretty good game. Okay, I will stand on that hill. Okay, to be fair, I played it using the Ubisoft Plus subscription service, so I was like streaming it through Amazon Luna. So I didn't get any of the bugs that all you console plebs got. Okay, from what I understand, people on consoles were like, it wasn't running great or whatever. Y'all were like clipping through the ground, and you had like weird faces, jumbled up faces. Okay, I got the premium experience, so you all can go fuck yourself. So that's all I'm saying. Star Wars Outlaws, good game. I will stand by that.
And so many other more that we have seen absolutely failing because companies hired based.
Is Dragon Age the Veilguard failing? I'll be honest, I don't understand gaming metrics. Is this bad? I don't know. Because I remember Concord was wasn't Concord like 2,000 players or whatever? And wasn't Suicide Squad, I remember, only had like 12,000 players, if I remember correctly. I feel like an 89,000 all-time peak. Isn't that fine? I don't know. I could be wrong.
On political agendas, if you follow them on Twitter, if you will echo their tweets, if you have special pronouns.
Yeah, this is just so stupid. It's pointing out well, this game failed and the people had woke agendas, but from what I understand, and I haven't played the game, but I keep on hearing people making the argument that Metaphor Refantasio, for example, is a very woke game, but it's doing really well. And I keep on hearing people saying that Baldur's Gate 3 is also very woke. Baldur's Gate 3 also lets you choose your pronouns, from what I understand. It's a very woke game. It's pretty degenerate as well because you can fuck a bear or something. And that game did really well. I think I think games that are good are probably going to have a higher chance of doing well, and games that are bad are going to have less of a chance to do well. I think that's just, I don't know. I feel like obsessing about the developers' politics and whether or not one or two people on a development team said something dumb. I don't know. I just don't think I would ever care that much about it, nor would I not play a game because of it. Me personally, I'm not saying we can't talk about it, right? I think we can make fun of the Matt Hansen guy. I think that's fine to do, but it's cringe ass guys, we need to boycott the game, guys. We're boycotting the game. I'm not playing the game because he said something that I disagree with. This is cringe. This is just cringe as fuck. I'm sorry. It kind of is.
You are not white. Your gender identity. This is what is causing games, what is causing media to fail so disastrously. So Matt's performative attention seeking is behavior that's indicative of someone who is desperate for attention, and he will elevate his or her or ma'am's language to gain that attention at all costs. And we will see this. This is just how it is. These people are very simple. They're very easy to understand because they're all basically the same. They just copy each other. There is basically no individuality in this echo chamber. This ma'am doesn't actually care about other people, especially black artists. If Matt Hansen, this ma'am, actually did care, then ma'am would have spent time researching artists.
Bro, you can't. It's just if you're gonna do the trolling bit, he needed to like work on this a little more before doing his performance. Because it's like every time he's about to like say ma'am, he has to like think about it for a second. Like, oh wait, what do I have to say? Ma'am, ha, got him. Because I said ma'am, I owned him epically. Like, bro.
And then ma'am would have contacted them directly, offering opportunities instead of what Matt Hansen did, which is the equivalent of performance theater. What a genuine man.
What, do you not? What? What? This is what I'm saying. Like, listen, to be clear, like the Matt Hansen guy seems very cringe. I agree, but like this person is just like making the dumbest points of all time. Like, he's saying that if he actually cared about the black artists, that he would have like manually gone out and contacted the black artists. Like, what are you talking about? How is that any different from just like having like how is that any different or more useful, or like if anything it's less efficient than just having a bunch of artists submit their portfolios to you? Like, how is that any more or less meaningful if at the end of the day they get the job? Like, again, I agree with the base criticism that it's cringe and that it's like a white savior type complex thing, and that it's just not the way to go when we're talking about, spreading diversity or whatever. But he just every now and then he just says something so unbelievably stupid. Like, there's nothing wrong with being like, hey, submit your portfolios to me, like an open casting call. Like, that's fine. What are you talking about?
Would have done in this situation is find and recommend someone like Sean from React and Draw, who I'll show on screen now. Sean runs a YouTube channel called React and Draw.
Oh, wow, guys, he's so much better because he actually called somebody out. Oh, yeah, are you giving him a fucking job? That's what the point of the tweet is that he's trying to give somebody a job. Yes, that's what the point of the fucking tweet is. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh, yeah, wow, you're such a good guy because you showed a black artist. Wow. Congratulations.
It's a YouTube channel I am absolutely sure is going to keep growing more and more. So Sean is a brilliant artist, and in his videos, you get to watch him create brilliant artwork. You get to see him create artwork while he discusses various news topics. I'm subscribed if you enjoy talented, skilled, and passionate artists who are excellent at what they do. You can find the link to his channel in the description of this video. It's so cool watching him work. I hope that he'll upload more often, and I think he would upload more often if there were more people subscribed to his channel. So please check him out if you're interested in watching artists work. Lastly, Matt Hansen has said so many odd things, but this one thing stood out.
Yeah, that's what I wanted this video to be, is to look at all the odd things that he said, but it's just you yapping about pointless shit.
I have a feeling Matt Hansen probably uses recreational substances or drinks and then does his tantrum tweeting after taking those substances, because the tweets are often there's so many different errors, typographical or grammatical issues and logical issues. So I think Matt may need some help. But there's something here. Matt says that Ma'am wants to live in the woods, which is so odd to me because I grew up in the rural and mountain areas. I spend as much time as I can in the woods. I have family from those environments, and I have never met a single person who looks or acts like Matt. So pay close attention.
He doesn't look like he could live in the... I mean, he's bald and he has a beard. I don't know, like... Isn't this like... I'm not gonna lie. If I were to like picture like a woodsman, I mean, this would be who I would picture. To be fair. To be fair. But I don't know. He's setting up some cringy joke, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Is he gonna act like flamboyant or something? Is that what we're leading up to?
I want you to look at Matt Hansen here, because this is not someone who is from the woods. This is not someone who lives in the woods. So I want to be very clear here. People who actually go outside, people who are
Dude, this is so fucking cringe. Oh my god. Why do the anti-woke people have to be like this? Why do the anti-woke people have to be like this? Like, I guess the thing, like, I feel like I like most of the content that I produce, like whenever I even talk about like political stuff like this, I feel like it is most of the time me like talking about how stupid the anti-woke people is, and I feel like it probably like makes me seem like a super woke person. But it's because of people like this. It's because every time I react to one of these videos, they're just doing the most retarded things imaginable. Like, really, like now we're being like, you don't go outside. I go outside. Look at me in my overalls. Oh, and I have an axe. Oh, look how cool. Look how. Oh, look how outdoorsy I am. Oh, like, like who gives a fuck, bro? Oh my god.
actually from the woods do not look like Matt Hansen, and certainly do not act or think like Matt Hansen. It's bad enough he's given California a bad name. He's trying to give a bad reputation to everyone else now, too. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Let's all have a coffee and relax for the rest of the day. Put the lid on that.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
Whoa! The instructions said not to assemble all the Infinity Stones. That was close. I think I almost messed up there.
Bro, this is... I don't... I just... I don't know what to say, man. Like yeah, the Matt Hansen guy seems really cringe. But like then the people that are calling it out are like this guy who just say a bunch of retarded shit in the middle of calling it out, and are like being big babies and are like, oh, we can't play the game, guys, because one guy said something dumb. Oh, we can't play the game anymore. Oh, I'm not gonna play it. It's like, I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like if you're like if you're just like a normal adult person, you're probably not gonna care about that. But I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.